Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all you fellow whiskey aficionados all over the planet Earth. This is the Mad Mix Whiskey Review number 134, I believe it is. I'll get it right in the title card. Green Spot Irish Whiskey. It really should need no introduction. The Spot series of Irish whiskeys are some of the world's most famous. You've got the yellow, you've got the red, you've got the blue, and of course, Green Spot is the staple of their lineup, also being the cheapest, which is probably why it sells the most. This was a $66 bottle. It's a big jump up to the yellow. The next one up is a yellow, and that's a $99 bottle. So, whether or not you're going to find the yellow is worth $33 more per bottle, well, that's something only you can answer. Not a particularly good proof point. All you get is 80 proof. I guess this would be considered, along with Redbreast, as being some of the most premium Irish whiskey you can buy. There are others, for sure. There's Connemara, Clonkiltony, I think, is the other one. There are some high-end Irish whiskeys, but this is considered one of them. And, of course, I love Redbreast. It's starting to get a little expensive for what it is, and we're about to find out if Green Spot is a little expensive for what it is. So with that being said, let's get the Fat Irish snout up in the Fat Irish whiskey. It's got a very light nose, almost nothing to it. These triple distilled whiskeys, they really smooth out the edges. Yeah, there's like maybe subtle hints of fruit. Not much there. Yeah, there's honestly not much there. Maybe the tiniest little hint of malt or grains, the tiniest hint of fruit. Maybe some hints of some spice in the background. Kind of aromatic spice, but light. There's nothing here. Really subtle nose, subtle and refined. You don't get any alcohol in this. I don't know if any of the spots get an age statement, but the green and the yellow definitely don't. And I think I've seen the blue spot before, and that doesn't get an age statement either. So really no telling how old this stuff is, but it smells refined and subtle. Yeah, there's almost nothing on the nose. It gives you nothing. It's just light and refined with hints. Like I said, subtle hints of fruit and spice maybe, but not much at all. All right, we're not here to spend all night sniffing it. We're here to drink it. Let's go. That's interesting. Yeah, you get the barley. You get the barley. Now, the Irish are infamous for using as much unmalted barley as they do malted barley. And I think that's a lot of what the flavor is here. You get some hints of malt, but I think there's a lot of unmalted barley in this, which has a very different flavor than malts. You know what I mean? And you're getting some fruit coming through. There has to have been some sherry cask influence in this. It's got to be, because there's a lot of fruit coming through on this palate. Let me get. Yeah, the nose is still mostly just grains and hints of fruit. Let me get one more sip. Yeah, it's grains leading through to the fruit, hints of spice on the back end. Very smooth. Like nothing, when you drink this down, it's not like taking a shot of Jameson or something like that. It's not quite as complex as Redbreast. Not even close, if you ask me. Redbreast has got a pretty good amount of complexity to it. I would say this is just a good, well done, refined Irish whiskey. Nothing here is going to blow you away. The grains aren't overpowering. The fruit isn't overpowering. The spice isn't overpowering. But it's smooth, hyper smooth. Like when you sip it down, which I'm about to take one more of, you don't wince. It just kind of goes down like a dream. Really. Yeah. Not a hint of bite on it. Not a hint of alcohol on it. Just grains, hints of fruit, maybe like orchard fruit. It's more like apples than it is like plums or something like that. You know what I mean? It's more of like a light fruit than it is sorry, I forgot I have a finger cut on. I cut myself good last night at work. So yeah, I mean, it's good. All right. They're not fucking around with it. This is a Mad Mix Whiskey Review number 134. Green Spot, single pot, triple distilled Irish whiskey coming in at 40%, 80 proof. What would I give it? For an Irish whiskey, I'd probably give it like an 8.7, something like that. Do I like Redbreast better? Yes, I like Redbreast a lot better than I like the Green Spot. I've had bottles of this before, but it's been a while. It's been a few years since I had any Green Spot. But if you like Irish whiskey and you like very subtle whiskey, like something that's not going to slap you in the mouth and keep you guessing as to what's going on, this is it. This is a very, very good sipping whiskey. You could sit down with this. You're not going to be offended. It's going to go down like a dream. And it tastes probably the way good old-fashioned Irish whiskey should taste. It's triple distilled, so there's no jagged edges. I have a feeling some of the character, I've always said it and I'll say it again, with this triple distillation, a lot of that character gets taken out of the process, you know what I mean? Most distilleries only double distill, and that leaves a lot behind, you know what I mean? That triple distillation really cleans things up, sometimes to its own detriment. I would like probably a little bit of those, fusel oils, or a little bit of that character, or a little bit of that funk left behind, you know what I mean? But this is good for what it is. I'm going to sit down with a couple more dreams of this and really enjoy it. It's a very drinkable, very good Irish whiskey. Whether you think it's going to be worth $66, that's a question only you can answer. So with that being said, be good to yourself, people. Try to be good to other people, and always enjoy good whiskey. This is a good one. I like it. Green Spot's legendary. Later. I'll see you on the next one. There's always a next one.